right, we back for episode 7 for all my people who still watch wrestling. This is Yes, we still watch wrestling. I'm Steve Dent.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Shaq. What's poppin' with y'all? How everybody doing out there? What's up?
We're good to be back, man. We streamed live on Twitch this past weekend for King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah,
Didn't necessarily stream for AEW Double or Nothing, but we're gonna talk about both events. But it's good
long,
to be back.
long wrestling weekend,
Long
man.
rest of
And
the
coupled
weekend.
with the
Yeah.
long holiday weekend, coupled with the birthdays and us running around.
Yeah,
Long weekend at this old age, man. I'm tired.
it's been an eventful week, man. It's been an eventful week, but definitely glad to be, back with episode 7. We got a good amount of stuff we need to talk about. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. So Saturday is in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. We had King and Queen of the Ring, man. So we're gonna talk about the main stuff on the card, and then we'll give out grades for the event. So, as far as King and Queen of the Ring, I mean, no need to talk about the women's tag match. We knew Bianca and Jay was gonna win
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
Um, let's start off with
I don't want you to kind of speed past that. Let me ask you a question.
what's up.
As far as that tag team goes, how long does Jade have before people be like, all right now, like, all right, come let's see. So how long does Jade have?
Before people want to see something else,
Yeah, because that's the purpose of her being in a tag team. She's not ready. Everybody knew she wasn't ready.
right, right.
But how long before we like, okay now, like what's going on? Like she's been signed for a minute now, and the purpose of her being in a tag team is to hide her capabilities. So how long do we have?
That's a good question. I would say it depend. It all depends on how they're booked as a tag team. If they're booked, it depends on how they book. If they're doing it just so she can be showcased, but she doesn't necessarily have to be in the spotlight by herself. Um, then it's gonna be all right. We're gonna wear thin on that, and the reason being is because we want to see her. We want to see her. We want to see her in the ring, put on some good
Mm-hmm.
matches. But on top of that, I'll be quite honest. Like, I'm not necessarily 100% into Jay's character as a face. I much prefer
I
her as
agree.
a heel. I and
I
and,
agree.
and it's tricky because if we talk about eventually who gonna turn on who, a lot of us been saying Bianca, right? But it honestly, the more I see Jade as a face, the more I'm like it should be Jade. The
Jade
more
is a
like
clear.
because
Jade is a clear heel.
because Bianca is set in stone as a face. Like, some people really want to, see her change her character, but it ain't majority. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's still getting cheers. She's still very over. The little girls
Mm-hmm.
love her. Like, people still love Bianca, right? And it might be a chance to refresh her. You know what I'm saying? As a good guy, good girl, whatever you want to call it, face or whatever.
Yeah.
But with Jay, it's like unless she tweaks her character a little bit, and maybe she's just playing around with her character. But I like serious, like heel Jay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
She,
necessarily.
I'm not calling her this. This was her character when she was that bitch, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So I, as of right now, but I think it's early. But to answer your question, it just depends. If they're booking them to elevate the women's tag team division, and actually put some spotlights on that belts, if they do it that way, then she's gonna be fine because people are gonna start to see, hey, like they're doing this to elevate the women's division. They putting on great matches as a tag team. Let's see this longer. But if they don't book it that way, and they're
Right.
just hiding her, then because the problem is if they're just booking her so she won't share the spotlight, then they're not going to be in as many matches together, and people going to wear thin on that.
I asked that because how we always say wrestling fans, there's no parallelism and they're mad corny and it's always double standards.
Right.
I asked that because people were starting to say that about Mercedes Monet. They got tired of her not doing anything, talking about it was a big waste of talent, a big waste of money. Aside, I'm gonna touch on that later when I get to double or nothing. But
Hmm.
that's why I asked that question.
Well, I think in Mercedes Monet's situation, I think it was fair only because like if we're talking about Jade ever since she debuted at the Royal Rumble, people were waiting for that next appearance, and then we got it at WrestleMania, where I want to say her in ring debut was WrestleMania, right?
No, it
Or
was the
was it
Rumble.
or was it weeks before that?
It was in ring. It won the Rumble.
Oh no. All right, so she made her in ring debut at the Rumble, but after that, she had a couple matches. Like she was in like a 6-man tag match and a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
squash matches,
Again, to
stuff
hide
like
her.
that.
Right. Uh-huh.
All right, so but at least we were seeing her. Like
Right.
everybody knows, like she needs in ring work, right, and character work. But at least we were seeing her in matches and stuff like that. Sasha Banks had been signed for. I want to.
Mercedes Monet.
I mean Mercedes Moné. You're right. Mercedes Moné had been. She's
But
debuted since March.
but she wasn't cleared. She was legit injured. She was hurt. She wasn't cleared to wrestle.
Ah, see that part I didn't know. Okay, all right. Injury is different. If she wasn't clear to wrestle, then we talking about something different.
Yeah, she wasn't cleared.
Okay, all right. Well, that's different then. That's different. Then that's fair. I mean, that's not fair. Then I mean, she can't wrestle. If she's not clear. But if she wasn't clear, then I'm kind of looking at it like I personally think Mercedes Moné is the best female wrestler on
Oh,
earth.
we'll get to that, brother.
So
We'll get to that.
I'm very, and which makes me, I really, really wanted to see that Willow Nightingale and Mercedes Monet match. I was very hot that I couldn't watch that match, man. Um, but yeah, so first match of the night was Becky versus Liv Morgan. I
Hmm.
had Liv winning. I didn't necessarily expect it to be like that. Um, what do you think of the match first and foremost? I thought I rewatched the match, and I'm glad I did because we was having technical difficulties with the stream at the time that match was going on. So
Right.
I was seeing the match, but I wasn't really seeing the match. So I went back and watched it, and that match was better than I originally gave it credit for. But what did you think of the match? And
It was a great match, great way to open the card.
yeah,
They came out dressed in their three-piece Stacy Adams Easter suits.
yo, Becky really wrestled in a suit.
Their country, their rules, man. You can't run,
Yeah,
you can't show nothing. Their country, their rules.
yeah.
But I never doubt Becky's athletic ability in anything, no matter what. If they're going in the ring and Becky Lynch is involved, I know it's going to be good. I was just wondering if number one, if Liv Morgan could keep up with her, and number two, if I was, Dom was going to be involved in some way, some capacity. You just didn't know how.
I didn't. Only
All right.
because only because I didn't see what happened backstage right before the event aired. I didn't see that
Yeah,
part.
I didn't see that either, but it was still like, with them, you to see them talking, the little Easter eggs, them talking in the background. The Easter egg would Liv having Dom's bandana in her pocket. Look, little things like that.
I thought Liv was gonna win with a heel tactic, but I didn't think it was gonna be from Dom. Now, had I seen that clip of Dom approaching her backstage beforehand, then I would have been like, yeah. But I didn't see that. I didn't see that footage until after the event, so it makes sense now that he interfered. And the match was great. I think Liv wrestled just as good as Becky, if
What she
not
did.
better. If not
All
better,
praises to Liv.
she did her thing. And with the Dom thing, very curious to see where this is gonna go. Cause I have a funny feeling that that this was all on purpose. It's gonna be one of those things where I I forget which storyline it was. It was like a Stephanie McMahon storyline where she was
With Test and
with
Triple
Tess,
H.
and then she eventually turned on Tess for Triple H, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those situations where Rhea's gonna come back, Dom's gonna play stupid and innocent, and then when they finally have that match, Dom's gonna cost Rhea the match on purpose and go with Liv. Especially with her saying the revenge tour not over yet, she ain't done yet. So I think that was a dope match. I would give that match about a. I'm between a B plus and an A minus. I'm gonna lean towards A minus though. I'm gonna lean towards
I'll
A.
go with B plus.
I'm gonna
I'll go
go.
B plus.
I'm gonna go with A minus, man. Then we have, excuse me. Right after that, we have the triple threat match. Gunther, not Gunther. Sami Zayn, Bronson Reed, and Chad Gable. Man, what did you think of that match?
Great match. Great match. But like I said, with the people in there with Chad and Sammy, again, two workers, two wrestlers who always go out there and put on some of the best work. So I wasn't too worried about that. We knew with Bronson being in there who was going to take the pin.
But Bronson, man, I haven't seen Bronson have a bad match since he's been back.
Bronson's on his way.
Yeah,
Big Bronson's on his way.
yeah. I thought the
But
match
we
was.
knew he was going to take the pin. It's just like, again, how was the storyline going to progress with Otis and the rest of Alpha Academy?
Yeah, I think Chad, I think Otis needs to go. I don't think they need to prolong this turn. Like sometimes you need to build up for stories. But I don't think they need to let this build up marinate for too much longer. I think because you got SummerSlam coming up, and I think Chad versus Sammy at SummerSlam would be dope with Chad's new stable. He's eventually gonna get rid of the people he got now. They're already teasing the Creed brothers, and he probably add a woman.
Which would be dope. Creed Brothers are very dope.
And Ivy now. He probably add Ivy now too.
Like the new Team Angle. Yeah,
Hmm.
like the Creed Brothers are very dope.
Yeah, they're very dope. Very,
And
very dope.
Kurt is a free agent, right? He could come back and be a manager or something like that.
Somebody asked him would he do that, and he was like, you know what I'm saying, only if like he was sought after. He wouldn't necessarily
He wouldn't
volunteer the
ask.
infant. Yeah, he wouldn't ask. So but honestly, I wouldn't want to see Angle be a part of it. 'Cause I think it takes away from Chad Gable.
Takes away
Like,
from Chad.
yeah,
Chad be the leader.
yeah. Let Chad do his thing. Chad hasn't had the spotlight like this.
Shelton Benjamin's still out there, man. Come on, bring Shelton back.
Shoot,
Shelton, that's the
man.
gold standard. Shelton, my dog, yo.
Yeah, man. I thought it was a great match for sure. I think I haven't decided which match was match of the night yet. Between that triple threat, between the first match between Liv and Becky and Gunther and Randy. Gunther and Randy, they put on a great match, man. Great match.
We jumping the gun though. Let's get to it. Let's get to
Let-
that. We jumping the gun.
I mean, we can go ahead and talk about it now.
Let's go now. Let's go in order, man. Let's go in order. Match card.
Go on the match card. All right, so Nia Jax becomes Queen of the Ring. Match was okay. Match was okay.
Let me, Naya. You are doing phenomenal work.
Yeah.
Like you have gotten so much better. You're not hurting people. Like you're doing great in the ring, girl. Like kudos to you for taking that L, working on your craft, and then coming back. You're
Yeah.
doing excellent work, Naya. Like that was a great match for you.
You thought she was hurting people beforehand?
What'd you say?
You thought she was hurting people before she got cut?
You thought. That's why she got cut. She was hurting mad people.
Yeah, nah, you right.
Thought.
But yeah, shout out to Nia. I thought personally they was gonna use Nia to put Valkyria over.
I said with the title opportunity, it was too soon. Like it would make no sense to give that to her.
I mean that's how you put people over though. You give them a spotlight, the title. Don't necessarily mean she had to
just
win.
like Jinder Mahal, right? You saw
But
that work, right?
but you know what I'm saying? I mean, nah, don't we not
I'm
comparing
telling
no
you, like,
we not
when it
we not
doesn't-
comparing that
if
to
it
Jinder
doesn't-
Mahal,
if it
dog.
doesn't make sense. Like,
Nah,
it doesn't make sense. It's
She's
over and
Valkyria was over at the event. Like they was
over. Yes, but not to have a title match. If you like, if it
how
doesn't
wouldn't
make
it
sense,
okay, all right. So I don't think I think it's a difference between you not agreeing with it and it not making sense. It would make sense. Cause Queen and King of the Ring, like what I was saying on air is like the whole purpose of it has always been to put somebody over, right?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong in that sense. It is to elevate them, right? That mid Carter who's right there, who's next
Right.
up.
Right.
But it's not an instant gratification. Like they don't win the King Queen in the ring and then all of a sudden they get their title shot. No, it's to put the spotlight on them so they can play around with that King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring title and work on their character, work on their ego, work on their promos, and then build them up. You know, like Austin won King of the Ring, and then it was a year later when he was in the main event scene. He didn't just automatically get it.
I mean, all right. So my only problem with that is like we have a 3-month build up to SummerSlam. So for anybody who questions like whether she should get the title shot or not, that's what booking should do the next 3 months. You got 3 months to make it a good storyline. You got 3 months to make it a good build up. So it could have, to me anyway. And I don't necessarily. I think the better matchup at SummerSlam is Nia versus Bayley. Don't get me wrong, but I could definitely see them putting Valkyria over using the next 3 months to build up that storyline, and then have a match. And she ain't necessarily have to win. But sometimes the best way to put somebody over is to throw them out there like that. Like, and be honest with you, Braun Breaker should have been thrown, huh?
Like Jinder Mahal.
No, man, we not comparing people to Jinder Mahal, man.
That's exactly
That
what they
wasn't
did.
he. That wasn't the. It's not the same situation.
What? Tell me
And
why it's
shout
different.
out to Jinder. We not throwing dirt on your name or anything like that. But at the
No,
same
no, no.
time, like
Shout
we
out to
not.
General, but tell me why it's different.
It's did he win King of the Ring?
No, he won like a, I think it was like a fatal four way or something like that. They
Yeah,
didn't book
nah.
him.
We
They didn't
we
book
no.
him on the
He was
year, and then title shot, and he
he.
wins the title.
Nah, it wasn't the same situation. Like they just threw him out there, and and nobody expected him to win. It wasn't no build up. Like at least with Valkyria, like at least she just beat Io Sky. I think she beat Shayna Baszler the week before that. So we got a build up in a tournament style where we have an underdog who could possibly win Queen of the Ring and then go on and get a title shot like that. That makes sense. Whereas with like had they did Jinder Mahal like that, it would have been more believable. But you throw him in the fatal four way, he shockingly wins the fatal four way. The very next match is for the title, and then he shockingly wins the title. Like it was no build up. That didn't make sense. This with Valkyria would make sense because of the way they did it with the tournament. You know what I mean? So and then you got three. It's not like she would get her title shot tonight on Monday Night Raw. We got 3 more months before we even get to SummerSlam. We got three more. We got Money in the Bank. We got Clash at the Castle. And I want to say it's one more pay per view before we get to SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, Clash at the Castle, Money in the Bank. Okay, no, so it's only those two, but still got 2.5 months. So I think the more logical answer would be Nia versus Bailey, but I could see how Valkyria would work. I don't
I
think
don't
it.
see it.
I don't think
I
it
don't
would.
think I see it. I don't
Huh?
see it. I said we could agree to disagree because I don't see it.
You ain't see it at all.
No, I don't see it.
So I mean, so you would have had a problem had they did that with Braun Breaker
As
or
far
Mello. You wanted Mello to win.
his what happened?
I said or Mello because you wanted Mello to win.
I did want Melo. Okay, so at least with Mello and Braun, right? Those are no. It's not taking anything away from Valkyrie's in ring ability. I just don't think it's time yet. She hasn't shown me enough to where she could be a credible threat as far as getting there. Like, sure, she can win, and then they could try to build her up, but people can see through that. Like, you think she's done enough to whereas the beforehand of winning Queen in the Ring to get the title shot?
How many of her NXT matches did you watch?
I watched a couple. I watched a couple.
I
I'm a
watched
wrestling
I
fan.
watched more than a couple.
I
Valkyria
watched a
can
couple. I'm a wrestling
she
fan.
she can go. I'm not saying you're
No,
not.
I'm not
Yo,
saying that.
it's two things that you don't watch like I do, and I don't watch like you do. I don't watch like the Ring of Honor scene and New Japan Wrestling like you do, and you don't watch NXT like I do.
Bring back the black and gold brand back.
Like Valkyria can
No,
go,
I
yo.
watch it since Sean took over, since HBK took over. I started watching again to support HBK.
She can go, yo.
I'm not saying she can't.
She can go.
Like
Like
it's
as far as
very
in ring, if you said she has shown you enough in ring, I would challenge you to go back and watch some of her matches, some more of her matches, cause she can go.
no. You're mistaken what I'm saying.
What are you
Like
saying?
in ring, I'm not saying that. Yeah, she can go in. I'm talking about like to be character wise to be a believable world champion. Like when you brought up Braun and Mello, star power all over them, no question whatsoever. I don't see that with Tyra yet.
I think it would be too soon for Mello to get
You
it.
do?
Yeah,
I
but
don't.
but the same thing. All right, so the same thing with Mello though. It would be believable because if you use the 2.5 months to do excellent booking to put him over as that, and so you got the tournament and you got the 2.5 months. It would make sense as long as they booked it right. Same thing with Valkyria. Valkyria, as long as they booked it right with the tournament plus the 2.5 months, it would make sense. But I think for the same situation, if they was to get if Melo won King of the Ring and he got a championship match on SmackDown, I think it would be too soon. But I don't know if it would have been too soon for Braun. I'm gonna be honest with you. Braun is the one that I thought they should have just threw him into the Lions. And like Braun, I would have had no problem with him winning King of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So with that being said, with Naya, obviously her path's on her way to SummerSlam. We assume right now it's gonna be Bailey, but we don't. We don't know, but I'm
It'll
willing to put
be
money on it. There
Bailey.
would be Bailey.
I'll be shocked if it's not Bailey.
I'm be honest with you. A lot can happen because the trend has been with Money in the Bank. Like they don't hold on to that briefcase beyond. I can't, and maybe I'm wrong, but I can't think of a woman who's won Money in the Bank who's held on to the briefcase longer than SummerSlam. They've cashed it in between the night of Money in the Bank and SummerSlam almost every time. So I don't know if we in a new era. We in a new Triple H era.
Hmm.
We don't know if that streak is gonna continue, or we don't know if they're gonna go away from that. If that streak continues, then we could see somebody like, let's say, Tiffany Stratton gets the briefcase and cashes in before SummerSlam. We could see Nia Jax versus Tiffany Stratton. We could see a fatal four way or triple threat. That's why I'm not sure. I don't know right now, but I'm willing. But if I had to put money on the table, I'm betting it's gonna be Bailey.
I would say
Um,
Bailey.
yeah. So, do you think Nia should win at SummerSlam?
No.
That's what we're gonna disagree. If you
We
gonna make
we'll
Nia
get to that.
Queen of the
We
Ring,
get to that at a later date.
if you gonna make Nia Queen of the Ring, you can't have her lose at SummerSlam. Like to be honest with you, I forgot all about her getting released that quick. And that maybe that speaks volume to the work that she's been putting on.
Hmm.
But I forgot that she got released 2 years ago that quick. And when she gave her promo saying that, I was like, you know what? Like I'm behind this, but you can't have her win Queen of the Ring and then not have her win the big one again. Like that's been the trend for Nia ever since before she got cut. Like outside of that WrestleMania, I want to say it was WrestleMania 34 when she beat Alexa Bliss. Um, she's never been able to win the big one after that. So and her title reign was very short. So I I don't know how you have her win Queen of the Ring and then not have her win that title. I don't know how you do that because somebody like it's different. All right, we're gonna get to Gunther in a second, but it's different for somebody like Gunther, who's like established. You know what I'm saying? And it's a path laid out for him. With Nia Jax,
Hmm.
if she don't win at SummerSlam, when the next time she gonna get an opportunity?
Some people just aren't meant to be champion though. Like they're good. They're a good uh, person to beat in matches, but they're just not made to be champion.
But that what happened to rewarding people for the work that they putting on?
I mean, no, I'm not saying that's you're wrong in that theory, right? But
Right.
your reward is you got to fight for the title. Sometimes people don't fight for the title either.
Yeah.
Like you got to be a main event. You got to be a main eventer for the title. Some people say that don't mean you're gonna win it.
I think she should win. I think she
People
should.
people during those times, people hated to go. People knew Hogan won't losing. People knew Cena won't losing. People knew Triple H won't losing. But somebody could say that, damn, I was in the main event against. I was in the main event for the world title and got paid for it. Sometimes
True.
you don't win. Sometimes the
So
champion just
so
needs a challenger.
so why do you not think Nia Jax is somebody that should have a title?
If she does, I didn't say I don't think she does. I say I don't think she's gonna win it.
Why? You said some
Based
people
on
not
some,
meant to be. You said some people not meant to be world champion. Why would you? Why do you apply that to Nia Jax?
I just don't. I don't. I think the times of the and this is gonna sound like hate. The times of this, the big champion, you know what I mean? Just the bigger person that can't really wrestle, just the big dominant. I think those days are over.
That's Gunther.
I think the world heavyweight champion is the workhorse of the company.
That's Gunther, literally. And
Gunther
Ni-
can
and
wrestle. What are you talking about, Steve?
Nia Jax has been wrestling like pretty much every week, bro.
But on a scale of 1 to 10, it's gonna sound like it's hate, but it's not hate. Like on the scale of 1 to 10, where do you rank her wrestling ability?
Overall, or what we've
Yeah,
seen since she's been
overall.
back.
Overall.
Um, I give her like a 6 or a 7.
I'll give her a 6. And a 6 could be world champion.
Yeah,
That's why I disagree.
yeah. I mean, if we if we going overall, if we going like, all right. So what would you give Damian Priest in ring work?
I think Damian Priest can wrestle.
What would you give his work though?
7, 7.5.
that's one spot lower than that's one spot higher than
That's a
than
beat.
Nia Jax. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's a beat.
it's been proven you don't necessarily have to have the best in ring work to be champion as long as your character is over. Like I think wrestling wise, I think LA Knight and Damian Priest are around the same, you know what I'm saying, stratosphere. You know what I'm saying? I think they're in the same tier. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think LA Knight is a great in ring performer, but his character is so
His
over.
character.
Yeah, his character's so over. You got to put a belt on him eventually. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying LA Knight can't wrestle, but I don't. When I watch his matches, you know what I'm saying? I see good and great matches, but I don't necessarily see anything special. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily see anything for LA Knight that's wowing outside of his athleticism with him being able to do a vertical jump from the ring to the top rope. But outside of that, like I don't necessarily, you know what I'm saying? I'm not he puts on good to great matches, but nothing crazy. You know what I mean? So
And I agree.
I and it's the same for me. It's the same for Nia Jax. I think I think I don't necessarily think the era of the big champ is over. I think she might not have a long reign, but I'm with her getting the payoff because I don't see how you have her. Because once again, right, you could have used that spot to put somebody else over. Nia Jax, we know about Nia Jax, right? So now we've made this a redemption story. We made this a story of her, hey, I just got released 2 years ago. I beat Jade, even though it's by DQ. I just beat Bianca Belair clean. She just beat Bianca Belair clean, like clean. Beat Bianca Belair clean. I beat Valkyria Queen. I beat Becky Lynch. I beat Rhea Ripley. I put out Rhea. I injured Rhea Ripley. I done did all this stuff, and you mean to tell me I get to SummerSlam and I can't beat Bailey? You know what I'm saying? Like that. I
So in terms of that, right? That's called building up an opponent, right? Building up a character. Like sometimes it's not about the person going for the title. It's about the champion slaying that challenger. Like you have to make the challenger be credible about why they're getting the title shot. No, they're not gonna win, but you have to be like, oh, how is Bailey? How is Becky? How are they gonna beat this? Or Nia's done this, Nia's done that, da 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 da. And then when they do it, boom, it's over with. Like it doesn't take away anything from Nia, but sometimes you have to build up the challenger to make the odds look insurmountable to the champion.
I agree with you for the most part. I just don't think Nia had to win Queen of the Ring to do that. Like Nia is already a formidable.
That's fair. That's fair. I agree. That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else could have won Queen of the Ring. You could have put somebody. You could have used that spot to help somebody like a Shayna Baszler out. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna have her lose at
Who I
SummerSlam,
wanted to win. That's
you
fair.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you're gonna have her lose at SummerSlam, you know what I mean? So if you're gonna have Nia win it, I just think she should win the title. I think it would be a good look to see her win the title. I think it'd be a kind of a redemption arc, kind of like same thing with Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, people, Cody, people who've had to leave, not putting her on that stratosphere of wrestlers, but just saying people who've had to leave or either get fired and then come back. Like I think it would be a dope redemption arc. It'd be interesting, man. She might even start to become a face. We'll see, but um,
Oh God, no, please.
but I think I personally think Nia should win. But let's get to Gunther, man. Let's get to Gunther and Randy. So they put on what could arguably be match. It's four matches that could be match of the night. I have it at three. Somebody might throw, which we'll get to in a second, Cody and Logan. Which you know what? Matter of fact, nah, I'm gonna save Gunther and Randy for last. Cause I wanna talk about Gunther real quick. I wanna use Gunther to transition to the other topic that I wanted to talk to you about. So I just had a quick talk about Logan and Cody. I just felt like it was a great match that just served its purpose. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That was a match that was just there to entertain the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew who was going to win. And they put on a great match. I probably would give that match a B plus to A minus two.
B
Um,
plus. Yeah.
I don't know if it was better than the other three though. I don't know if it was better than Liv Morgan and Becky. To be
It
honest.
wasn't.
So you know what I'm saying. So that's just me. But I seen like Bleacher Report gave it an A. I want to say Ace of Pros Wrestling gave it the second highest grade on the card. So you know what I'm saying. That's just me though. I thought it was the fourth best match on the card. Not saying it was a great. It wasn't a great match. It's a great match. I just felt like Gunther and Randy was an A. I felt like this triple threat was an A. And I felt like the Liv Morgan Becky match was either A or A minus, total around that range. So,
Okay.
what did you think about Cody and
I like
Logan?
it wasn't a bad match. Like Logan Paul is not supposed to be this good.
Yeah.
Like he's not. He's not supposed. You see him. You see the internet troll or the Disney kid, whatever you want to call him.
Right.
He's not supposed to be this good at all. He
And
is
he is.
very good and well advanced. Like if you look
Yeah.
at like his timing
Yeah.
in the ring and stuff like that, he's very good and very athletic, which helps.
Very good, man. He's a very good wrestler, man.
Yeah,
Very
he's not
good.
supposed to be this good this early.
I'm
Like
glad. I'm glad he put
very
boxing down,
impressive.
man. I'm glad he put boxing down. We know he's not gonna be full time, but I'm glad he's gonna be around for the foreseeable future, man. So he's
Well,
a.
he's gonna be world champion in the future.
You think so?
Yeah, yeah. He'll be world champion in the future.
Hmm. We'll see. I mean, he bring a lot of eyes to the event, but he
Yeah,
got,
exactly.
but he can
Yeah,
actually,
exactly.
and he can actually wrestle. Um, so that's different. All right. So let's get to Randy and Gunther. We that was a great match. Number one.
Match of the night for me. My opinion, match of the
That
night
was a match of the night for you.
for me. Yeah.
I'm stuck between the three that I named earlier. So, but I have no problem with after I finished watching Randy versus Gunther today. I almost put it number one, so I have no problem with that.
Right.
Um, I was watching Busted Open, um, and Bubba was talking about how before. Why you smiling?
Pause, brother.
Oh, it's the name of the podcast, Busted Open Podcast.
Say that. Say the whole name.
Oh, okay. I pause. My bad. I was watching Busted Open podcast. And Bubba was talking about before Saturday even happened. He was talking about how like he was really looking forward to the psychology of the match,
Mm-hmm.
and how it was gonna go. So that was pretty dope. Before we get to some fantasy booking, real quick, what did you think? I mean, obviously you thought it was a match of the night, but go into details of why you thought it was a match of the night.
The pacing of the match, like you said, the psychology of the match, the I can't say that. Oof. How they worked in the ring together. There we go. Like it felt like a fight. Like they were just
Yeah.
they pulled no punches, right?
Right.
So just I love storytelling and it's all that. That's why I put that as match. It encompassed all of that.
Okay, so they're talking about possibly doing a rematch between the two, because I'm not Gunther, Randy Orton's shoulder wasn't all the way down, so we're gonna see what
It was,
happens with that.
and again now it leads to some. Well, his shoulder wasn't down, right? So
Yeah,
from here,
yeah. So, um, here's what I want to do, and hold on, hey, real quick. I'm gonna cut this part. I'm gonna cut this part out. Hendrix just woke up. Boy, he throwing the camera all over the crib. But luckily, Shane just pulled up, so we can still record. But I'm pretty sure she gonna pop the door up and see me record. I'm gonna tell her.
he throwing the camera.
Yeah, like Hendrix, he always like he always plays with the camera when he wakes
Oh,
up.
in his room. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so like he literally like all I see is like the camera just being thrown all over the crib right now. That's all I see. He just woke up. So yeah. But I'll take this part out easily. But all right. So do some fantasy booking real quick, right? So we got the World Heavyweight Championship coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take all this into play. I'm gonna give you my fantasy booking and give you you can give me yours. All right. So with the World Heavyweight Championship, we got they already announced that Drew versus Priest will be for the World Heavyweight Championship in Glasgow, in Scotland. Here's how I have everything going. So I had Gunther winning King of the Ring because of this, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
turned out to be true. He won King of the Ring. So my prediction before King of the Ring when I saw him in it was Gunther wins King of the Ring. I had the finals right. I had Gunther versus Randy because I was like, if Gunther is going to be in the finals in Saudi Arabia, it got to be against like a dream match that people want to see. And I felt like looking at the
Right.
other side of the bracket, it would be Randy, right? Gunther wins King of the Ring. And then before they even announced it, like I was telling Reggie about this. Reggie don't want to listen. I said, yo, they're gonna have Priest versus Drew Mack in Glasgow, Scotland. That match is gonna happen, right? So they just announced that. For me, Drew wins in Glasgow, Scotland. He wins because Judgment Day. I'm not I'm not 100% sure if it's accidental or not, but Judgment Day will cost him the match. And for storytelling, and I'm kind of circling I think it's gonna be Finn versus Damien at
Okay.
SummerSlam. And for storytelling, you circle back to everybody's been focused on the part where Finn they feel like Finn is jealous because they're not going after the tag team titles together and Priest is world champion, right? But the real reason why he's jealous is you circle back to last year, who was in SummerSlam? It was Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, who cost him the match. Damian Priest. The previous match they had before that, who cost him the match? Damian Priest. So you circle that back and you tie the story together that Finn Balor feels like it should be him. And if it wasn't for Damian Priest, it would have been him. And then you tie in the fact that Damian Priest all of a sudden doesn't want his help now to secure the title. I think Finn Balor takes over the Judgment Day. They cost Damian Priest the match. I think Drew McIntyre goes into SummerSlam as champ, faces Gunther. Match ends at like a DQ or something, right? Where it's not a finish. Whether somebody costs the match, I don't think Gunther like loses. I don't think he necessarily gets pinned. But if he does, it's not clean. Drew does a dirty attack or something happens where they sets up a rematch for Drew versus Gunther at Bash in Berlin 3 weeks later, and that's when Gunther wins the title. What you think?
You said a lot, and I don't even believe Drew wins the title. CM Punk gonna cost him the title again.
Ho. Matter of fact, circle back. Repeat that last statement you just said about what's gonna happen in Glasgow.
I say you said a lot, and I don't even think Drew wins. I think CM Punk costs him the title again.
So me and Reggie are actually putting money on that. You both think that Drew, he said the same thing. He said that Drew's not winning in Glasgow. Y'all
See,
really think that Drew is not winning in Glasgow? That's insane. No way they do that to Drew, yo. I don't even believe Drew signs a contract if they tell him. I don't believe he signs that contract knowing that he's gonna lose in Glasgow. No way, dog. No way. No way how, dog. The only nah. I don't see no scenario. I don't see no scenario where Drew loses in Glasgow. I really don't now. Dang, something I didn't think about though is that well, you know what? No, Drew versus CM Punk don't have to be for a belt,
mm-mm.
or it could be for a belt. But Gunther got to get a title shot at SummerSlam. Ooh, this has got interesting, yo. Oh man, I don't know. All right, you go ahead. My bad, I cut you off. What was you saying?
No, you fine. I was like, you said all that. I said I don't think he's winning there. So
This is a tough situation. I ain't gonna lie because I just thought about the fact they said reports are saying that I'm not Drew, CM Punk could be back at the earliest at SummerSlam, but it's not confirmed that he's gonna be back at SummerSlam. Like they're saying, they're projecting that that's the earliest he could come back, but he still got to get medically cleared and everything like that. So if he's medically cleared for SummerSlam, I think you have to have Drew versus CM Punk at SummerSlam.
it don't have to be for the title either.
It don't have to be for the title. But Gunther has a championship match. So why wouldn't I? So why wouldn't we just save CM Punk for CM Punk? Maybe CM Punk costs Drew at SummerSlam, and Gunther wins at SummerSlam, and then walks into Bash in Berlin as a champion.
I just think for storyline purposes, because no matter what happens, people are not gonna boo CM Punk's right
Right,
because he still is the face and Drew is the heel, right? Just to
right.
advance the I'm costing you the one thing that you want. Like you want this so bad, and I'm not going to let you get it.
In Glasgow, though, you
What
have
perfect
Drew
place to
losing
build?
in
What
Glasgow.
perfect place to build heat, dog? Like he's not from Glasgow. Like he's not from Glasgow either.
He's from Scotland, dog.
That's That'd be like this in Buffalo, Shaq. You can't let Shaq lose the title in Buffalo.
Man,
You
I
know,
don't, for us
he's
because we
not from
don't know
Buffalo.
about the setup.
Yeah,
I don't know about the setup of Europe.
It's no.
I haven't studied
Aaron Glasgow's not that far,
your
but
I haven't
that'll be like me at MSG. Like I'm not from Manhattan though.
but he's from Scotland. That whole country's gonna be behind him. That's like trying to tell me that if they have any type of PLE in Ireland, just because it ain't in Dublin, that Becky Lynch ain't gonna be over. They gonna go
No,
crazy
to
for
me, it
her.
all depends on storyline and character. I just don't.
Cause
Like you
Rhea,
said, Punk
cause
and McIntyre don't have to be for the title.
cause
It doesn't
Rhea
have
not
to
from
be.
the city that she not from Perth, but it still went crazy for her. That's
No,
her
I'm
home
not. They're
country.
not gonna go crazy for it. Like I'm not saying that at all. Like I'm not saying that. And it's rare that people win in their hometowns. Well, Vince not in charge no more, so
Vince not in
that might
charge no more, dog.
Vince don't care about that. I just don't like. I'm not saying I don't see it, but if CM Punk costing the title, I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense.
I can't see Drew losing in Glasgow. I really can't. I can't see a scenario where Drew loses in Glasgow, man. Like that would be crazy to have him losing. You have him losing Wales, and which I told you we didn't have the podcast then, but I told you it was the right call. Roman, it wasn't time for Roman to lose the belt yet, but for him to lose to Damian Priest in Scotland, that would be crazy. There's no need to keep the belt on Damian Priest. Priest, you've been doing a lot of you the one you another one that deserves a lot of credit. You've been doing a lot of great work, Priest. So you deserve a lot of credit. You know what I'm saying for the work that you put in. But I don't think Damian Priest is the one that should beat Drew in Scotland. Nah,
It's
if
not clean though, so it wouldn't be clean.
but even still, man, when he lost to Roman, it won't clean. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
it wouldn't be clean. But we have more time to talk about that.
Yeah, we got
We can
more
move
time to
on.
talk. We got this.
We
We
can
got
move
some
on.
on that. All right, let's take a little break real quick before we get to double or nothing recap because I'm gonna let you pretty much recap that and I'm gonna get to my grievances with AEW here in a second. But
You need to start that first, man. I already know what your grievance is, man.
yeah, I
You
gotta
need
have
to
a
start that first.
grievance. I'm gonna say this every time we air. But we're gonna play a game of either or, man. So I'm gonna give
Oh,
you
pause. You doing the either or today? All
I'm
right, go
doing
ahead.
the either
Oh, you
or
got it.
today.
I'll say mine then. Go ahead.
So we're gonna do theme music.
Shawn Michael, HBK.
Theme
Yes.
music. So I'm gonna give you two theme songs and you gotta pick one or the other. All right.
So wait. So just for caveat, one or the other, what? Like, is it better? What I listen to? Like, you got to tell me what
Which one is
is
better? Which one is better?
okay.
The better theme song. All right. So first, Edge and Randy Orton.
Randy Orton,
Okay. Stone Cold Steve Austin and Judas.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Triple H and Kingdom.
Which Triple H song?
The game.
So his latest one, the one that he plays now.
Not the when he come out it's that bow down to the king song. Not that one, but his the one that he's known for. Time to play the game.
Kingdom.
Cause the guitar on Time to Play the Game is crazy. But Kingdom,
Yeah, Kingdom.
Razor Ramon's theme or Ultimate Warrior's theme. This is
Razor
two
Ramon.
Razor Ramon. All right, Voodoo Child or Goldberg's theme.
Voodoo Child.
Okay, Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar.
Brock.
You tripping?
Which is on my Brock and Voodoo Brock song and Voodoo Child actually on my workout playlist. Yeah.
Io Sky or Oscar.
Oscar.
Shinsuke Nakamura or Bobby Roode.
Shinsuke.
Okay. All right. So same thing. I would say Edge and Randy Orton. I'm gonna go Randy. Um, you know what? I might go Edge. I might go Edge. I might go Edge. Yeah, you know what? I'm going Edge. I'm going Edge. Stone Cold and Judas. I'm going Stone Cold. Triple H and Kingdom. I'm going. I gotta go with Time to Play the Game and Kingdom. I'm going Time to Play the Game. Razor Ramon, Ultimate Warrior, just some nostalgia as a kid. I'm going Ultimate Warrior. Voodoo Child, Goldberg. I'm going Voodoo Child. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. You already know we acknowledge the Tribal Chief on Yes We Still Watch Wrestling podcast. Going with Roman Reigns, of course. EO and Oscar. You said EO or Oscar?
That's an Oscar.
I'm going EO. And then Shinsuke and Bobby Roode. I'm going Bobby Roode easily. I'm going Bobby Roode easily, man. Shout out to him, man. Sad to hear he's probably not gonna be able to wrestle again. All right, so let's get to AEW Double or Nothing. Unfortunately, through grievances that I've shared before, unfortunately, I was unable to watch. I'm not paying $60 for every pay-per-view, man. I'm just not to watch it on Bleacher Report. Like, at least if you're going to have some people pay $60, $70 for a pay-per-view, at least put it on a streaming platform that people can easily access through the TV.
Right?
That's crazy. Huh?
It's fair. To your grievance is fair, but I've done a little bit of digging. I think they might be able to switch over once their new TV deal is done.
Please.
Like I said, they have contracts. They got TV deals. I think Bleacher Report is a part of Turner. I think is part. That's why the pay-per-views are on Bleacher Report. Like, I believe Bleacher Report is some sort of partnership
Got
or
you.
Turner on Bleacher Report.
Got you.
So with the new TV deal coming up, you know, who knows what might happen. And everybody wants to talk about ratings, this and that. Dynamite and Rampage and Collision are doing way better than whatever they had in that slot. And they want to re-up. So the network's not complaining. So, hey, so we'll see what happens as far as the pay-per-view goes with the re-up.
Yeah, fits that. Fits that.
Might be able to cut a deal with the Zone or somebody like that.
Please, so we can, so I can actually watch. That's my frustration, man. I've been.
Just watch it in cast, man.
Watch what in cast?
You watch it. You put it on the computer, then Chromecast it to the Chromecast or Roku with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that, but I don't feel like paying $60 for the pay-per-view. I don't have to pay. I pay.
Oh, no, that's what it was back in the day, man.
Nah, I pay $5 a month. That's more than what I pay all year for Peacock. One pay-per-view with AEW is more than what I pay all year for Peacock.
That ain't true because it's $10 a month for Peacock.
I pay $5 a month.
Oh, I do no ads, brother.
Yeah, I don't watch Peacock enough. When I watch the pay-per-views, there's no ads. So.
Oh, when you watch me, but if you
No, you know what? You right. I'm sorry. You right. I do pay. What is it? 5 or 10? Now you got me curious.
5 no ads, 10. It's 10, 5 with ads, 10 with no ads, I believe.
You got me curious. I'm gonna look at my subscriptions real quick while we on, cause you got me curious. Boy. Yeah, I pay $5 a month.
Yeah, boy, wasting valuable airtime.
So yes, please do that so I can watch the pay-per-views. I have no problem with AEW. Obviously, it's a different product than WWE, but it's some great wrestling over there. I would actually love to watch the pay-per-views. I really wanted to see a couple matches last night, but since I was unable to, AEW, please switch over soon. Hand the ball over, pause to you. You go ahead and I pause that. You go ahead and break down what you saw. I saw some highlights we'll get to later, but you break down the card. It's a lot of matches, so I don't think we got time to go through all of them, but
we'll not say we're going to run through all of them, but the ones that need to be highlighted, I definitely will highlight them.
All right, go ahead. Floor is yours, brother.
So, starting off the pay-per-view, we had Roddy Strong versus one of the best wrestlers in the world, Will Ospreay. I'm surprised they started the card with that, but
I told you Ospreay was going to win, too.
Well, I knew he was going to win. Like, I knew he was going to.
But
going into it, going into it, I had this down as my match of the night, like before the pay-per-view started. Because if you know anything about, Roddy Strong can go, and we know Ospreay. They put on a banger, like classic, not classic, but they put on a great match, right? And then the disappointment all had Ospreay winning. Ospreay is just dope, man. Ospreay is dope, and he became the new champ. So it was a great match. He became the new international champion. Then we had the Bang Bang Gang versus the Death Triangle. Well, so I gave the Ospreay and Roddy match an A. That was an A minus match, right? Then we had the Bang Bang Gang versus the Death Triangle. And they won. The Bang Bang Gang won. So I give that match about a B. Another great match. Like there were no trash matches on this card at all. But the best thing about this is after that match, Adam Cole came out to cut a promo, and we finally had the return of MJF.
I did see that.
Came out to a video package, came out, and then they showed the suit, the Burberry suit. He came out with the Triple H inspired denim jacket.
I saw that.
Um, Cut a hell of a promo, a very passionate promo. But the best thing about that promo, he let it be known that he's back. So all the dancing, all the friendship, like all that's over with. It lets me think that he has a hand in his creative going forward. And no more kangaroo kicks. If you watch AEW, you know what that means. And he got a tattoo on his leg. He showed off a tattoo on his leg, quoting the late great Kobe Bryant. He's saying "bet on yourself" with a poker chip symbolizing double or nothing, and it had AEW in the middle, and it said "bet on yourself." And called him he said call him now the Wolf of Wrestling because I'm not fucking leaving. To quote, the Wolf of Wall Street,
Yeah.
where he was supposed to leave the corporation and said I'm not fucking leaving.
Yeah.
So he's back, and he got the AEW tattoo, which shows he's not going anywhere. So very dope for MJ. You can cut all the speculation out. Everyone wants to say that he's going to show up. He's going to pop up. He's one of the pillars of AEW. Shows he's not going to go anywhere. So very dope. Can't wait till Adam Cole gets actually cleared.
You think that was the best part of the promo?
What? No.
Oh, okay. All right.
He was that. I said it was a great promo.
Nah, you said the best. You said the best part of this was he cleared up that he addressed the WWE situation. I was just saying, did you think that?
And he dropped Vince McMahon name.
Yeah, I thought I ain't think that was necessary. It was dope that he did that, but it wasn't the best part of the promo. He cut a fire promo. I did see the promo, but go ahead.
And then we had Serena Deeb versus Timeless Toni Storm, who to me is the best character in wrestling right now. Great, another dope match. Great match. Timeless Toni Storm won. I get that match at A. Then we had this Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. Get that match at B with so Toni Storm won, and then Orange Cassidy beat Trent Beretta. Sorry, I had a brain fart, y'all. Then we had the triple threat for the FTW title with Hook, Kassitori, and Shibata and Hook. And Chris Jericho won. Couple antics, regular triple threat stuff that you expect with Chris Jericho. I get that match a C, B minus. And then we had Jon Moxley versus Takeshita for the IWGP Championship. Another hard-hitting match, which is you expect from Takeshita and Moxley. The psychology in it, the storytelling in it was great. I get that match a B plus with Moxley going over. And then we had Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black in a barbed wire steel cage match. This match was crazy. They were bleeding from the beginning with Adam Copeland going over. And that spot that he did in that match, I don't know if he's walking for the next 3 weeks. Because he wrapped Malachi Black up in some barbed wire and put him on the table. And then he climbed to the top. It looked like he was supposed to do an elbow drop and then change his mind midway, or he was farther along than he thought. But he landed on his legs first, he landed feet first, and then dropped the elbow or something like that on the table. Like if you look at it, I know his knees are done.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looked like it hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a great match too. I don't give anything on this card lower than a B minus actually. Yeah, did I say B minus? Yeah, I don't give nothing on this card lower than a B minus. I think I might have gave something to C. The triple threat match might have gotten a C B minus from me, if I remember correctly. And then we had Willow Nightingale versus the returning CEO, Mercedes Moné. My pick for match of the night. Great night, great match with Mercedes Moné going over in this match. She's back. She hasn't lost a step. And as of right now, it looks like the investment is going to be well worth it, with them continuing their feud from New Japan, because, Willow was one that beat her and put her out, who injured her. So great storytelling, great continuation. Congratulations to Mercedes Monet. And then we had Christian Cage versus Swerve for the World Heavyweight title, with Swerve going over in another great match. Shout out to Christian, man, doing some of the best work in his career right now. Like, the Patriarchy is a very dope group, very dope stable, with him being the leader of it. And his heel work right now is actually some of the best in the business. But Swerve is just actually on another level. I give that match an A. And then finally, we had Anarchy in the Arena with the Elite versus Team AEW. And this match was pure chaos. Like, if you know anything about an AEW match and an Anarchy in the Arena match, there was so much shit going on in this match. Like, to the point where I was like, yo, it's wait, like, it was insane. Like, from the getting hit by they pretended someone got hit by a car, to the elevator, to the fire, somebody was set on fire. Jeff Hardy was set on fire, to the thumbtacks. Like, there was a lot going on in this match, like a lot. But the name of the match is Anarchy in the Arena, so it's supposed to be over the top. It's supposed to be crazy. It's supposed to be wild. It's supposed to be people jumping over shit all over the place. So I get that match a B plus A,
Hmm.
and that wraps up the card right there.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Oh, yeah, Tony, listen, brother, take the we're camera on camera one. Listen, brother,
We need a kickoff show.
Tony. No, they had one. They had one.
Yikes.
They had one.
Yikes.
Tony, I love you, baby. Come on,
All
buddy.
these
Hey,
matches, they
man,
deserve to be up there.
Tony, dog. The pay per view went off at like 1:45. Like, what are
It
we
went off
doing,
at
Tony? One was
1:45.
like one side. Yeah, it was late, man. Like 1 o'clock. Like Tony, what are we doing, man?
I told you. You tried to say it won't gonna be you was like, nah, the pay per view shouldn't be that long.
Longer than the last 15 minutes of church, man. Like, what are we doing, Tony?
I told you, and your direct response was, nah, it shouldn't be a long pay per view this
Matter
time.
of fact, hold on. Let me talk. Let me see what time I put it in the group. Like, yo, this pay per view is dumb long.
I told you it was gonna be a long. As soon as I
Keep
saw
talking
the
about it.
card,
I'm trying to find this text, so I sent to the group.
because I'm sure the Anarchy in the Arena match was about 45 minutes, right?
Maybe like 30. Yeah.
Yeah, like nah, I really wanted to see the Mercedes Monet match. Hopefully, I could find it somewhere and watch it. I really wanted to see Serena Deeb versus Tony Storm. I don't agree with you about her being the best character in wrestling, but her character is pretty dope. I actually think Christian's character is better than hers, but that's just me.
Let me see.
Um,
So at 11, Will put in the group, like, yo, this at 11 p.m. He's like, yo, this pay per view is dumb long. And that's before the entrances to, and 11 o'clock is when the Mercedes Mono Will and Nightingale match was about to start.
yeah, that's crazy. That's
So it
crazy.
did like 1 o'clock that when the pay per view went off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, nah. Um, but yeah, from everything I read, it was a great card. Um, I'm just tired of like. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm tired of the press conferences where they always mention in WWE. Like even Mercedes Monet fell into that trap yesterday with Tony Khan and had said some stuff. And maybe all of them feel like they got a chip on their shoulder, but as a fan of wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I watch a lot more WWE than I'll do AEW. The only reason why, and I watch AEW, but once again, the only reason why is because we get to the pay per views and I can't watch the pay per views. We haven't made it yet, y'all. We just started the podcast, so eventually, you know what I'm saying, when y'all help us blow up, thanks to y'all viewership, then I'll be able to afford to buy the pay per views for $60 every other month. But right now, I can't. You know what I'm saying? So, Peacock is $5 a month, man. I need them to do better with that. But from everything I read, it seemed like it was a really dope card. Some of the stuff could be over the top, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. Like AEW,
I,
they're gonna give
I
you.
think for that, AEW caters. to all the wrestling fans.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
They
Yeah,
cater to like if you want the lucha style, we have that. If you want the technical matches, we'll give you that.
yeah,
If you want the crazy backyard indie stuff, like we'll give you that. They cater to a lot of different style of wrestling.
yeah, yeah. I agree with that 100%. They do. So, um, just depends on what you into. I would have liked to seen all the matches. I'm pretty sure even Anarchy in the Arena. I don't necessarily agree with somebody being set on fire. When I saw that, I was like, yo. But I feel like every AEW card, because they cater to all the fans, they give you one of those moments like, yo, like that's crazy. But you know what I'm saying? I'll be
Oh, and
tuning.
Gangrel did come back to
I
help
did see
Edge
that. I
in the
saw Gang. I
rematch.
knew
Yeah, I remember.
Gangrel was gonna come back. If you watch the interview with Chris Van Fleet, and he was talking about how much he was trying to get Gangrel to come back for WrestleMania 39, and
Yeah.
he said it kept getting shut down. As soon as I saw the whole Brew angle where the blood got dropped on Aleister Black, I said after watching that interview, I said, "Oh yeah, Gangrel's coming back
Yeah,
at Double or
shout
Nothing."
out to Chris Van Fleet too. They're
Yeah,
very dope interviewer, very dope interviewer
yeah,
podcast.
yeah. I didn't know he was a former wrestler, but
Yeah.
he's putting on some great interviews right now, man. So, um, but yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about at another time. Some other topics, but these other topics can wait. So, we're gonna end it right here, man. But is there anything you want to close out with?
Nah, man. Just saying for all the people that still watch wrestling, we here with y'all. Thank y'all for y'all love. Thank you for y'all support. Make sure you like and follow us on everything. We just got our TikTok up, so go ahead and look for us over there. Instagram. If y'all need to put up a Black Planet, man, we'll get a Black Planet page. We'll get a My page, but whatever y'all need to find us at, we're gonna get one and continue to love and watch wrestling with y'all.
Yeah, so Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, um, yeah, those and
We'll
YouTube.
get a Christian Mingle page to help y'all find us, man.
Hey,
Because come on, come on, man.
YouTube.
We love wrestling just like y'all, man. Come on, support, and we continue to do this for y'all.
Yeah, this episode will be on YouTube, man. So like and subscribe to all the content. We appreciate y'all watching. And until next time, y'all be blessed.
Y'all be blessed, man. Peace out. Love y'all.